Hello, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast today. Thank you for joining me live, and definitely thank to everyone that will watch this broadcast on the replay because this will be uh, probably a pretty important replay as well. It has been a roller coaster of a 72-hour period, about 72 hours, I can say. And you may find the title of this a little bit odd. What is it, or what do you do when you can do whatever it is that you want? And it's been something that I have been wrestling with literally, well, most of my life, quite honestly. And I did an impromptu live stream on my personal Facebook page yesterday afternoon, late, probably around 5 o'clock or so, somewhere around in there, Eastern Standard Time. And I just felt like going live and expressing myself in a way that I had never expressed myself before. And I've come to some decisions and some non-decisions, really, on some things that I want to pursue. Have you ever felt like you weren't doing what you were, quote unquote, called to do? Have you ever felt like you're successful, you're succeeding in so many areas in life, family, business, all these types of things? But good morning, Brenda. Thanks so much for being in here with me this morning. I definitely appreciate you. You're here all the time. So you're succeeding in different areas, and you have aspirations and goals and things that you want to accomplish and things that you want to do, but nothing quite does it for you, right? Nothing quite does it for you. And I've been struggling with this for most of my life because it seems like whatever I put my hands on, I can excel at it. I pick things up extremely quickly. I am able to just dig in and do some things at a rapid pace. I've been that way my entire life. And the reason that I'm bringing all of this up is because I'm at a point, well, I've made a decision that this will probably be my last broadcast, at least for now. I don't know that I'll decide that, okay, this is the thing that I'm called to do, right? I don't know. And that's where I am. I don't know, because I don't feel like I'm actually doing what I'm called to do. Am I good at what I do? Yes. I can admit I'm good at what I do. But that's the problem, and hence that's where the title, what do you do when you can do whatever it is that you want? Not that I don't. I mean, I enjoy tech. I enjoy content creation. One of my greatest loves is getting in front of folks, in front of the camera, and creating content and things of that nature. But is what I do in the voiceover realm what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is it the thing even higher than that, what I want to do the rest of my life? Is it the thing that I'm called and meant to do? Now, I'm 52 years old, so you can call this a midlife crisis if you like. But I am at that point in my life where I know that I want to do something, well, great. I can use that term, and what I mean by great has nothing to do with money. I think this morning I even had an epiphany about, I don't want to do what makes me money. I want to do what makes me happy. And I literally said that to myself in my head as I talk to myself. Sometimes I talk out loud, but I didn't this morning. And I know this may be catching you all kind of off guard, but I didn't want to not say something to this audience. And I also want to encourage you as well. But for me, I have to do this. I have to step away. I have to step back and not just be busy, but be productive in a sense of my happiness. And what I want to say to you, even as a point of encouragement in all of this, I don't want you to fall into some of the traps that I've fallen into over the years, especially being in the industry that you're in of voiceover, or looking to get into that industry. Can I just give you a couple of pieces of advice? Don't buy a mic because you saw someone else have it. Don't spend more money on gear because you think that'll make you better. Don't get into the trap of constantly buying and consuming and never producing. You will kick yourself for it. When I, quote unquote, made it in the industry, thank you, Cyrus. I definitely appreciate you, my friend. You know that I do. And, this whole diatribe, if you will, really came from talking to my best friend in the world, Cyrus Webb, over the weekend, that just spent so much time with me, helping me see things clearer than I've seen them before. And I will forever be grateful for that. But when I first, I remember when I first quit my job and went full time in VO, I will never forget that moment that I made the decision that it happened. Thank you, Brenda. She has a question. I respect your decision. Will your videos in the mastermind class? Yes. Yes. And thank you for asking that. Everything will stay there. I'm not taking anything down. That wouldn't be fair or right. So everything will still be there. That's there. But I will never forget when I quit my job as a bus operator. I was a bus operator at the time. And I went all in full time. And one of the mistakes that I made, and I'll even be very transparent here, I remember that I got an office downtown Milwaukee. I didn't need an office in downtown Milwaukee. I got an office in downtown Milwaukee because I thought it would be impressive. And it was. I had the money to spend, but that was $1,000 a month I could have kept. I didn't need it. I could have done what I've been telling you all to do. I could have recorded in an open close closet because it worked perfectly and worked fine. I could have stayed where I was. I remember my first big purchase was a TLM 103 microphone. That was my first big purchase. It was $1,000. I did that before I quit my job as a bus operator. But I'm telling you all this to say, be sure that this is the route that you want to take. Be sure that this is going to make you happy, and don't chase the money. I mean, the money's there, but don't chase the money, because then you become a slave to it. You even quantify yourself by the money that you make. You see your own value by the money that you make. It's a potential thing that happens, and I think subconsciously I may have done that, as well. There is so much joy that voiceover can bring you. Sure, MD. I can tell you about the camera settings that I'm using. That's so funny. I'm pouring out my heart, but I know MD Basir, he wants to make sure, okay, this is his last broadcast. All right. So I want to make sure I get all my questions in, right? I'm using a Sony, ZV-E10, and I'm using a Sigma 16 millimeter lens on it. I don't think there's any links in the description for it, but if you go look at older videos, even the ones I did last week, there's links in there for the camera that I use as well. But that's what I'm using right now. I have that plugged in with a HDMI card. But anyway, thank you so much, Sequoia. But I do want to answer your questions if you have them. I do. Um, the point where I am is a point of I feel like I've done so much and I've excelled in whatever it is that I've wanted to learn, right? But none of that, if I'm honest, has made me happy. It's paid the bills. It's given me a level of joy. But the reason why I say it hasn't made me happy isn't because I don't smile every day, but it's because I know that I'm not, or I feel that I'm not doing what I'm put on this planet to do. And I don't know what that is today. I don't know what that is right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not knowing that right now. But I remember a thought that I had when I first went into voiceover, you know, and I made a commitment to it. I was in my early 40s, and right now I'm 52, but I was in my early 40s, and I told my wife, as a bus operator, it's like, if I don't sacrifice and do this now, I will hate myself for not doing it. I will blame you for not allowing me to do it. I will blame my family. I need this for me, just for me. And I'm at that point again in my life. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But I'm at the point where if I don't figure this out, I won't experience the greatest level of life that I can experience. Believe me, it is nothing against the industry at all. It's obviously nothing against you guys. I feel bad because I feel like I'm letting you down, but this is the only life I have, and I have to live it the way that I feel I need to. I was simply going to come on and just express some things and just play the live stream I did last night on Facebook. But I said, no, that's not. I owe you more than that. I guess you can say I feel like I owe you more than that. This is not easy to admit or to even talk about. I'm an A-type personality. I've always felt like I've been in control and still want that control. But I think just from a therapeutic standpoint, and also just from a standpoint of hearing me say the words that I need to say, yesterday was very helpful for me. And I knew that I was going to have to come on and do this again with this audience that has trusted me thus far. And I owed you that. Some people have wondered why over the years that even I've been in the voiceover industry, you've seen me do other things or in different industries and, content creation on a voiceover channel, life insurance stuff on a voiceover channel. It's because I've been in pursuit of finding. Actually, that's not even honest. I can't even say I've been in pursuit of finding. I've just been running around with like a chicken with his head cut off. I have the skills to do what I do, and I do them. But it's not enough anymore. It's not enough. Brenda's saying, God has called me to do this. God will reveal your purpose. Ask purpose as you seek him. Jeremiah 33:3. Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. When I think about things that give me joy, it is coming on camera. I mean, that is something that honestly gives me joy. But the why I come on camera is the thing I haven't figured out. The why and the what I'm here to, as far as how I'm here to serve. because I think that's what this is all about. It is about service, and I can serve in so many different capacities. But what is that thing, right? Is really what I'm looking for. And so, as you are on your voiceover journey, I want to encourage you in a couple of different ways here. Learning how to do voiceover is just about my motto for years. It's like grind and don't quit. If you need to learn your DAW, put blinders on and learn your DAW. Don't do anything else until you learn your DAW. You put your blinders on if you don't have your environment set up appropriately. Put blinders on and don't do anything else until you get that set up. Put blinders on, and if you have to go through 3 or 4 microphones to find the one that you feel in your ear sounds the best to you, do it. And I'll give you this piece of advice on microphones. People toss up between, should I use a condenser microphone or a dynamic microphone, right? The microphone I happen to be using right now is a dynamic mic. A dynamic mic picks up closer to just around your head, whereas a condenser mic is going to pick up everything in the room. So if you're not in a good recording space, a condenser mic is not going to work, and you'll sound way better using a dynamic microphone. So those are just the 2 different types of mics. And there's omnidirectional, but don't get an omnidirectional microphone. Just get if you're just starting out, a dynamic mic is probably going to suit you best. But if this is what you want to do, put your head down and do it. Put your head down and do it. But I felt the need that I had to come on and express what I'm expressing right now. And I appreciate all the love. I appreciate the questions and everything else that has come. It's so funny. People always talk about taking a break from social media, and I've always laughed at that. It's like, why do you feel a need to go on and tell people you're going to take a break from social media? Just take a break from social media. The only reason I'm telling you is because you're actually watching me right now. But I need to step back. I don't know for how long. I have no idea. But if and when I come back to whatever I do, whether it's something brand new or whatever, because I don't know. But I've kind of made up in my mind that if or when I come back, I will be coming back to do what I'm meant to do. Period. End of story. Because nothing else matters to me at this point, as far as in this vein of conversation. I mean, I think that's about it. I don't know what more to say, but definitely I thank you for spending this time with me today, hearing me out. And what's so funny is I wanted to encourage you, but all of you have encouraged me. So thank you. Keep me in your prayers if you remember. Every little bit helps. Thanks. And until next time, grind and don't quit.